Hello everyone, and welcome to Tablestory's Magical Kitties Save the Day, brought to you by Atlas Games, the same people that made Nocturne, but they decided to do the opposite.
Well, they make Unknown Armies, which is what we use for Nocturne, but yes.
Only a little different.
Very
They make
different.
Nocturne.
Yeah, just like slightly different.
They make Nocturne, okay?
What?
Yeah, I've seen the scripts.
The scripts have been leaked from the internet.
This is part 2, but you don't need to worry about that because it's its own. They're all it's like a set of 3 one-shots really, and each week we have some different friends with us. Obviously, last week we had Pumpkinberry here and Peachy Pixel 8, as well as myself. Although now I am a cat officially. I wasn't last week. This week we have 2 new friends.
Perfect.
Yay! One of them is Classy Katie from Nocturne, reprising her role as a sort of like, I'm not gonna, because Nocturne is scary, and playing a cat today. And Tuesday Grey, who you may know from Ragtags on a Thursday, and she is also reprising her role, but as a cat. Not really. They don't even have their characters yet. Do you like my sounds? Can you hear that? Is that annoying? It's never gonna stop.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's never gonna stop.
Wait, can you hear mine? You can't hear mine though, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yay.
I think it works. If it's a Christmas or a cat show, this is fine. You know, just this is all good.
What about a Christmas cat show? Catmas.
Oh, yep. Kitty.
It's not
Katniss?
possible. It's not physically possible.
No.
Can't be done.
Would that just implode the universe?
Science. Yeah.
Science, yeah.
How do you think black holes are made?
Broke the world.
Every time someone tries to do a Christmas cat tabletop RPG show, a new black hole is made.
It's impossible to do.
All right, well, we're gonna jump into it in a minute. We're gonna get some characters for the noobs.
Yeah, we did that on
Scrubs.
purpose though, because character creation's like easy and short.
Do you know what
So we
character
wanted to
creation
show
is? Because here's the thing. The main reason we didn't show any character creation last week, but I'm going to tell you about it in literally 1 second because it's that simple, is because I made a bunch of random characters and I thought it would be fun to just randomize what you got. But it's really simple. You just pick a cat. You say, that's my cat. You know, I am a tabby
The color
cat.
and type, yeah.
And then you can roll for it. There's a system where you can roll 2d6 on a d100 table, or you can pick your superpower, your magical power, a talent, and a flaw. You put those on a character sheet. You come up with a human. Everyone has a human. You just write down whatever you want for that. But they also have a problem, and you can roll for that as well, what their problem is. You roll like 2 things, so it'd be like, this person is sad because you know, they have no money, and that's the human and the problem. And your cat then will try and solve that problem and earn some money, I guess. My brain jumped ahead. I was like, well, what would a cat do? And I was like, I didn't say the words. It will try and earn some money, and then you've helped your human out. And that is like a passive thing that I think each of the cats can do. You each have humans on your character sheets. I know 2 of you don't have any yet, and you don't know what I'm talking about. We'll get there, don't worry. Other than that, you just have like a couple of extra things. Like for this, we made some custom character sheets. Thank you, Kujio.
Thank you, Kujio.
We sort of like hacked them together, but obviously you can just do it with a pen and paper. You have 3 stats. Cute, which means that you can kind of like be really cute to try and get what you want. So I might get you to roll a cute roll if you're like, I want that human to give me that fish. I'll be like, okay, roll a cute roll on a difficulty of 3. And then if you beat it, then you probably will like look cute. Here we go. I'll show you I'll give you an example. I can show you what completing a cute roll looks like. And then you would look extremely cute.
That was
No
unnecessary.
one could look that cute.
And
That was unnecessary.
and you would win. And you wouldn't win. You no one wins in these, I guess. But you would succeed. You have cunning, which is your other stat. Cunning is your how cunning you are, how intelligent you are, how I've been using it to sort of decide in the last episode there was a witch, and there was the way to get in. You had to beat oh no, I just got the thing on my hand. You had to beat the difficulty of how to get in the house. So you can roll like a cunning check on a difficulty of whatever 4, and if you beat it, then maybe like your cunning sees that you can jump up there into that hole and jump in and find a secret entrance, that kind of thing. It's a bit like investigation or intelligence is how I've been kind of using it. But you can lawyer me on anything that you'd like, players.
As per usual.
And then the last one is fierce, and that's when you can just transform into RuPaul.
That's the one you use when you're using your superpower too, right?
Well, I mean, it depends on what your superpower is, I think, but for the most part, I think so, yeah. I see it as more of like the physical checks, how strong you are, maybe, and how fast you are, that kind of thing. And also, yeah, like your cats, you have claws, so you might want to just scratch someone. I don't know. I think you would roll a fierce check for that. And also, if you're a contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race, you would also be rolling constant fierce checks. And that's it. Like, the character sheet has a couple of things. You have owies, which your how injured you are. You don't have HP. You have a thing called owies, where you take a certain amount of owies and then you are injured. And even then, you're just kind of injured a little bit. And then you have the kitty treats, which I think we were doing wrong a little bit last week. Each of you will start with 3 kitty treats, I think.
Yes.
Should be on your sheets. And you can use those to re-roll any dice in a dice pool for a single check, avoid taking an injury, use a bonus feature that you do not possess for one of your powers. So say you've got laser eyes, you could probably say, I want to make it explode or something. You can take a kitty treat and do that. And you can add something to the story beyond the kitty's control. So kind of like a GM intrusion or a player intrusion thing where you go, I would like instead to just do this. Last week you kind of just would describe to me what you do, and then we just made that canon. If it's insane, like I win the game, then it probably I will be like, well, maybe more specific. But we'll see. So each of you has kitty treats, and really that's it. For the players, all of that stuff I just said should be available to each of you in the in here as a handout in your journal thing on Roll20. For people at home, you can go to the Kickstarter and download the thing for yourself. And I'm just going to let PB speak now because she's better at blurb.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did want to do a quick shout out and say thanks to Atlas Games for sponsoring the show. They sent us the rule set, and originally when we talked to them, they were talking about that they enjoyed the show Nocturne. And again, I know we mentioned this, they do Unknown Armies, and they said, but now for something completely different. And they showed me. They said, how do you?
The opposite.
No, exactly the opposite of that.
Exact
how do you
polar opposite.
How do you feel about cats? And I went, I have 3 cats. Please tell me more. But yeah, they are kickstarting this. So I think Cujo is going to drop the link in the chat. Oh, already done. Thank you, Cujo. You're the best. So yeah, if you guys want to go check that out so that you can play for yourself at home. If you've got kids, it'd be good to play with kids, but also just for something different. If you guys want to role play as cats, I mean, who doesn't want to do that, right? Then yeah, go check it out.
We're all here dressed as cats, PB. Yeah. Come on, I found this.
I think we're good.
Yes!
I just found this. I don't know how to put it on.
But wait, we clearly got the same ears. Where's my stuff?
I don't know if
like
we did.
That?
I think they just look kind of the same on these cameras.
No, they've got the same bell and everything.
Yeah. This is just a string, which means I am legitimately choking myself out to put it on. So don't say I never do nothing for you, table fan.
All right. Okay.
You're a trooper, Brad. You're a trooper.
So obviously we're a bunch of adults dressed as cats, but the system is unbelievably simple.
Yeah.
It really is easy to pick up and learn within like a second. There is
use it as the gateway to other roleplay. Just be like, here, let's play this cat tabletop game, and then you can take them into Unknown Armies.
There's like examples of play, and it talks you through how to build a kitty if you want to do it, but it really is very intuitive and very simple to work out and then to run. It was so simple that I thought I was doing it wrong last week. because I was like, I must be doing it wrong. There's no way that I've got this right. I've never got anything right first time, and here we are. Tell that to my ex-wife. I don't have an ex-wife. That was a joke. So, kittens who don't have kittens, would you like kittens to become?
Please.
You can name yourselves and stuff like that. I did put on the character sheets like example names. If you were like, I don't know what to call. There is like 3 names, but we'll change them, and then this will be your kittens. So, the exact same pool of kitties that I crafted last week exist, which means there are only 3 left.
Okay.
So, you two
Choose wisely.
will get one of the 3 each, and then
Okay.
that also solidifies next week's guests with the last one.
Oh, right.
Snap.
So, who would like to roll first? Last week we actually rolled to see who would roll first. Both of you roll me a d6. Whoever rolls the higher number gets to pick first. And by pick, I mean
6.
randomly pick.
Oh.
6 from Sergeant Meowmers. Already got a name. That means you get to go first. Roll me a d3.
Okay. 2.
2.
Muse Day Gray is
I
really
know.
cute. That is so cute.
It's so good.
Originally, when I did the overlays, I had Parad Wodo, and I would
my
have
God.
tried to put like,
There's
you
no
know,
way you're letting that go through.
well,
it might be the
I
only
sent it to
time
Brad
I've
and
pulled
he went,
executive
absolutely
rank.
not.
The
I'm
only
not
time
doing
I
it.
was like, I'm going to use my executive order from Battlestar Galactica game, and I'm not allowing it. All right, Tuesday Gray, you have become this character. So, let me see. Oh yeah, you're not called Tuesday Gray. You're called Sergeant Meowmers.
Mm-hmm.
You are playing Sergeant Meowmers. So there is your character sheet. Check out your human, and on it you have a magical power, 2 talents. So I gave everybody 2 talents and 2 flaws. I think you're kind of supposed to have 1 of each, but I gave you 2. And read it.
Okay.
Classy Katie. Roll me a D2, please.
Ew. A D2? Oh my god, I
D2.
don't have an option for a D2.
Type in the window there, /R space 1D2. And you have advanced. You have successfully advanced in the Roll20 course. To
I had to type.
typing rolling.
Glossy
I remember when I did
Katie.
that for the first time. I was like, oh, I'm like the big boys now. Typing in the
Obviously has to be Classy Kitty, right?
classy,
Classy
kitty.
kitty.
Oh, that'd be cute.
That would be cute.
Is that what you want your name to be?
Deal.
Yeah?
Yo.
Yeah.
All right.
And Muse Day Gray.
Well, she's already
Yeah.
Sergeant Meowmers.
I know. It's so hard to not take
Don't
music.
confuse me too much. I'm never going to
Okay.
remember everyone's names.
All right.
So hard
Sorry.
to do.
Next
Let's see. Classy Kitty belongs to nobody. No, where are you? Have you left? Did you change your
No.
name?
No. I'm deleting it and resaving it. Oh,
I
it,
don't know what happened here.
oh, oh.
Oh,
There it goes. I just
I
saw it.
refreshed. Is it there? Do I
I think so.
exist?
All right, you don't exist. So thank you so much for Classy Katie for joining us today. She has had she played Classy Kitty for 0.1 seconds,
Later,
and,
guys. So
and we're kicking her out.
we'll just.
The callback comedy. There you go. There is your cat. It should have appeared on the screen for you. Again, you have you might not get the meme of your human, but it is a meme, and one day people will understand. I mean, actually, maybe we should just.
I would really like to hear the memes.
Okay, let's start with Tuesday while Classy Kitty starts looking through the character sheet. If you don't understand what any of it means, Katie, don't worry. I'll just tell you as we go, and I'll explain to you how this sheet works, because it's a thing where you type numbers in. But it's pretty simple. Let's start with Tuesday Gray, aka Sergeant Meowmers.
Oh God, I love it.
And we begin the game essentially by introducing these two new characters. What are we looking at with your character here?
We are looking at quite a beast. I am about
Quite a
30
beast.
pounds. I am 14 years old. I'm solid white with blue eyes, and I have chronic little eye boogers
Yes.
that crust up in the corners of my eyes. I'm pretty proud of myself, and I don't look like I would like to snuggle, but I do like to snuggle. I talk a lot. I sleep a lot. Little arrogant. And can I tell you about my human? Because I really want to tell you about my human.
Absolutely. Tell us what it says in that box that says human. Why not?
My human is Old Man Cugio. He is a 90-year-old man who lives inside a giant mechanical shoe. He is a genius, but he never goes outside. His problem is that he's angry. He needs to finish a very important part to finish building this mechanical shoe, and he can't seem to acquire it. The part he needs is a flux capacitor.
All right. So you're very aware of that, Sergeant Meowmers. And
Yes.
yeah, there you go. Classy Kitty. What does your cat look like? Or what? It's confusing me.
Classy Kitty is a naked cat. She's a sphinx.
Yeah.
But she's always in sweaters and like very horrible little outfits that restrict her movement.
Oh my
Walks
goodness.
like a sad robot. Because her owner is a 44-year-old woman named Vench, who needs more than a cat. She works in her older brother Igor's bar. While the bar does good business, Vench has a problem with Igor. Apparently, he's angry. Or he's angry when he responds to her. He does not respond politely. She's upset with that.
Correct. That, by the way, is a meme from every Brotato D&D campaign where in like, you know, like in Final Fantasy, they always have a Cid. In all of his campaigns, there is a barman called Igor who just shouts at someone called Vench.
Do it. Yeah.
He goes, hey, what does he say? Hello, it's me, Igor. I can't do it very well. And then he goes, Vench! And then she brings out like tankards of ale or whatever.
Oh, so I belong to her.
So that's where you live. But you can do whatever you want. Just to flavor it however you like. So a little recap just for people who weren't here last week, or to give you some idea of what happened, and some information that each of you kind of have. The episode started last week with Wax Cat, who was called something I can't remember. His cat, the
Wigglebottom.
Mrs. Wigglebottom, and his human went missing, Emma, an unbelievably attractive and wonderful human being who worships Korean gods or something. You couldn't quite work it out because you're cats. And she went missing, but like as he was about to look into this thing, something called Mecha Dog attacked downtown Tablesville. This giant, great big, you know, like those toy dogs where you have like a stupid remote control and it's just like a dumb thing that moves around for like a 3-year-old. It was like a massive one of those.
Are you attacking me right now? I can't decide if that was
Is that a
like
personal
some, like,
attack or
low-
something?
I don't know if that was like some shade to my robots. I don't know.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not. You were busy being a witch in the forest, remember? But we'll get to that, Karen.
Okay.
The kittens that were around rushed to deal with the Mecha Dog. They were successful in bringing it down. They sort of Death Star core peed on the thing and it fell over, and that's how they saved the day. That's how they half saved the day. Something jumped out of the side of it. It was like it was a dog with like wiry hair and black wiry hair, and it was grotesque to look upon. Also, it was a dog. They're awful because you're cats. And it ran away. He ran away. And then you guys went to find Mrs. Wigglebottom's human, Emma. You asked a squirrel called Blan, and he said that you need to go and find there was some weird magical goings on in the forest in Dewberry Park. You guys went to Dewberry Park and there was a witch's cottage. They went in, They defeated the witch. They befriended a cat called Minalouche, who was supposed to be a sub-boss, and they just made him leave by saying, I know Keanu Reeves, and he was like, cool, I'm going to come with you. And this is horribly tight on my neck. And that was the conclusion, really. You saved the day, and everybody went home. But, however, around town, all of you. So I think new kittens, Classy Kitty, Sergeant Meowmers, you're very aware of the Mecha Dog. I don't know if you're aware of the witch. That's between you guys. It's up to you. I don't know how close you all are, magical kitties. But there is more to what has been going on in and around town. The last few weeks have been very strange. There have been these magical anomalies that have been happening. Lots of the other kitties around town started to report that their magical powers were fluctuating, changing, or completely disappearing. Also, some kittens have gone missing, and the humans definitely haven't worked it out yet because they're humans and they just look at phones or whatever those things are called. If you're a cat, you definitely don't know. That's all they're doing, right? They're just looking at phones and stuff. Last week, the kitties did save the day. Congratulations. Give yourselves a pat on the back if you were here last week. And if you weren't, don't. However, it's time, once again, for the magical kitty to save the day. I can speak full English, by the way. It's been precisely 1 week since the Mecha Dog attack on Tablesville. And it's been precisely 1 week since some of you defeated the witch that was hiding out in the back of Dewberry Park. However, all of those magical anomalies are still affecting all of the kittens around Tablesville. General knowledge here is that it's been kind of getting worse. One of you, who is called, because I need to remember, Percival, has actually suffered the effects of it. What was your original power?
Invisibility.
Invisibility. And then you became an undead kitten.
And now I have laser eyes.
Now you have laser eyes. Things keep happening like that. Rocky, the tabby cat who lives in an alleyway by the 5th Street Italian restaurant. He used to be able to control shadows. Remember that guy? Now he just has the ability to jump kind of high. Lame. Coco, the Burmese cat who could fly, well, now she can transform into a fish and back. And do you know how dangerous that is?
Yeah.
Maya's gone missing entirely. And Oreo has got no powers at all anymore. And Tigger accidentally sent his human to a parallel universe. So things have been going a little crazy in Tablesville. I'm not going to lie. However, the 4 of you have come together today to try and kind of maybe work on it, work it out.
Peachy,
see if
you're
you
all right?
can pull some information together.
I don't know why.
Maya was spelled M-I-A, by the way, for those of you in chat spelling it incorrectly. It was a good joke, damn you. Okay, never mind.
Missing and yeah, okay.
You get it? All right.
Yeah.
4 of you have come together today to see if you can maybe look into it a little bit. Look into some of these things that are going on, because it's getting a little out of control in Tablesville. And if the magical kitties don't save the day, well then, who will? Definitely not the humans. I think the 4 of you are together. This time, last week, you were kind of split up. But you did hear that Blan, that fat squirrel who often supplies you with information, might have a lead on where that Mecha Dog operator ran off to. It's just about the only lead I think you've managed to find all week. And the 4 of you probably gather maybe outside of his tree on 7th Street. And I think the 4 of you kind of come together. One of you comes down from an alleyway. One of you flies in. I can't remember what you can do. And then, there's just a tall oak tree. I'm so distracted by my own ears. It's crazy.
That's all I can hear.
I'm so sorry. Emma said it was a great idea.
It is a great idea.
And I have to do what she says. So I can't. That's just how I sound. Yeah, you're looking up at a big oak tree, I think. One of those ones that's like coming out of the sidewalk. But it's pretty big. The people are moving around, the humans. There are a few moving up and down. I'd like to remind you that if a human sees you using your powers, that's bad. You must never let a human know that you have magical powers. There are some rules, known as the kitty rules, that you can look at in the handouts. I think on the side of this oak tree, there's like a bird house that has clearly been modified to accommodate a squirrel and his stash.
Okay.
But you guys are probably on the ground, and that thing's probably about 15 feet up. So I think as you guys approach and come together, what do you guys do first? What are you doing?
I'm probably scratching the tree and stretching and lounging, and then if we've been talking about the missing humans, I would say pretty arrogantly, well, clearly they were taken in the bird wars. It's the birds. They were taken in the bird wars. We just need to take out the birds.
I don't know if...
Look out! Is that a suet bomb? Oh, no, we're fine.
What the heck's a suet bomb?
Where have you been?
You guys
Did you
are
not do your tour in the bird wars?
Chill out.
What? What?
Dude, calm down.
Wait, what?
What's your vibe
Gotta keep an eye out.
right now?
This is just. I'm very relaxed.
Deep breath. Come on.
I mean,
I'll lick his face.
I think our best
Anyway.
lead is the...
Come on. It's fine.
I'm sure the birds took them.
Your vibe is chill. Chill out.
I'm
Yeah.
really, really, really calm.
Chill. I'm not gonna chill.
It's fine. Chill.
There's
I'm definitely
better.
looking at Classy Kitty like,
There's a little side swipe, by the way. You guys are on the ground. The camera maybe like zooms all the way out and then shifts to the right to a pair of pigeons that are sat on top of a roof. And one just says to the other, "She knows about the bird wars. Yes, we have to warn the HQ." And they take off real quick. And then we come back down to you guys on the ground.
Birds don't war, man. They got hollow bones.
I
What's
mean,
the
I don't
war?
know.
no, they wore.
I have seen them drop suspicious
Didn't you hear
poop drops.
what happened to Timmy Floofers?
No, what happened to Timmy?
Well,
Is Timmy okay?
he lost his,
Treats?
Oh.
bird wars.
Why are you hanging out with birds?
Wait, he
man?
didn't go to the vet like the rest of us?
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced.
What's a vet?
Veet. It is Veet, right?
The
What?
The weed.
I don't know. It's when you go to that, like scary place and they either stab you with things or
And the
my
birds
God.
take care.
but they're always using that word. The
Lift twice.
humans.
Need help.
Huh?
Where are you going?
I don't know. I'm right next to you.
Spiritual journey isn't making sense anymore.
I don't know what a
Why would
What's-
someone who loves you subject you to metal instruments in pain?
I don't know. They give me treats afterwards.
Sounds
It's not so bad. It's actually not so bad.
All right, so you've
When
done your
I'm feeling not well, then
This is called Munchausen.
sometimes they take me there and then I feel better after.
I
tour.
don't like
Sergeant Yalmers is gonna wander over.
I don't like the box.
You're wondering
Okay.
over.
How did I end up with these people?
Is gonna
Well, you
wander
guys can
over.
wait here.
You
I
can
can
probably
just-
jump from branch to branch and get up to the area that you need to.
I'm gonna start marking the base of the
Timeless?
tree.
I'm
here.
just gonna teleport up to the top.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think you can just do that. You teleport up to the area where there is this birdhouse. Like there's a branch that you can step on. And compared to the birdhouse, you're pretty big. So I think there's just like this horror moment from inside the birdhouse where there's the little circle door thing, and then this just giant cat eye appears in it. For you on the outside, there's a little small door. And inside you see like a little hollowed out grotto, like kind of inside the tree. And there's all sorts of items in here. All sorts of items. Nuts, random little trinkets like bells, and all sorts of weird human items. But there's also a significant stash of catnip in one corner. Blan, the squirrel, who is rather overweight, sits in the corner, counting the nuts in his stash. He has a cigar in his mouth.
Lan!
That's going to terrify him. I think he jumps immediately. Ah!
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to startle you.
Who's that?
It's me.
How'd you know where I live?
What do you mean?
Who told you?
Nobody told me. I just watched where you go when you leave.
Why are you watching where I go? What are you, one of those pigeons?
No, you know cats have really great eyesight, right?
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, this whole time. I didn't know that. Yeah, thanks for the tip.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right, bye.
I actually had a question.
76. What? What do you want?
Listen, okay? We're trying to help everybody right now. People have gone missing. Cats are losing their powers, and we think you might know how to help us. We're looking for the D word.
The dolphin.
DAWG? Dog?
The dog.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw it.
Where?
What do you got for me?
I don't have anything.
All right. Nice doing business with you. 77, 78, 79.
You're not gonna have any business to do if we don't save the day, Blan. Don't you just want to help out of the goodness of your fur or heart or something?
No.
Okay. I leave. And I go down the tree a little bit and I call down to the others. He wants something in return for the information, and I don't have anything. I don't have catnip. It makes me nauseous.
I'm gonna start making
Twix
might have
wrapper down here. Give him a Twix wrapper. I'm gonna reach inside my tie-dye sweater and pull out like this disgusting hairball nug of catnip.
Oh, perfect. Can I have that? Can I use that in trade?
Girl, share the love. Spread it around. Do what you like. The universe is yours.
Okay. Well, I don't know if it's entirely mine. I think we might share, but okay.
Don't cut yourself short. The universe is yours.
Okay. I'm just gonna take that now. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Are you okay?
And I'm gonna fly away like 4 feet and just like look at this guy.
All right, I'll go back in. Blan, what about this? I have some catnip.
Yeah, that'll do it. His little squirrel hands come out the hole. Take it.
There you go.
Yeah, like a raccoon or something. And
Now,
he says,
about that,
it is pretty
DA.
good stuff.
yeah, I can tell.
Yeah. I reckon I could sell this.
Well, great.
I know this
What
one
about-
cat that's like well into it. It's kind of classy.
Oh, yeah. You probably could sell it
Yeah.
to that cat.
Yeah.
They wouldn't notice at all.
Yeah.
Probably.
No.
So about that information,
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It was a dog. It,
I wish you wouldn't say it like that. You know, maybe just the.
how
It's
else
fine.
am I supposed to say it? I'm a squirrel.
Someone
This is how
say
we
dog?
sound. Oh,
I
God.
don't-
There she is. Hey, I got something to sell you. Come here.
Oh my god, what is it?
He pushes the same catnip out the hole and says, look at that, huh? You want that?
What's it worth to you?
Give me one of them kitty treats.
Oh, I have kitty treats.
Yeah.
I didn't know you took cat treats.
Yeah, I like them.
Oh, well, I would happily trade you. Here, give me that back. Give me
give me
What?
the catnip back, and I'll
No,
give
we
you a
did
cat
deal's done.
treat.
Deal's done. I'll give you
Okay,
this
can I?
back for the cat treat.
Yeah, that's what I was suggesting.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Little hands come
All
out
right.
the hole again. Hand over the same.
I give him one of
stash.
my cat treats.
You see the hands come out and grab the cat treat. What does it look like?
Oh, it's adorable. It has, it looks like a little fish, and it's got cute little hearts on it. But it's a chewy tablet.
That's adorable. Is it a chewy one or the hard ones?
It's chewy and
Oh,
it's got
hell yeah.
salmon and tuna.
Yeah, I
I
like
think
these.
that's the salmon flavor. So
He sits with
that's
it
my
on
favorite.
on his lap and just starts eating it. It's kind of-
Which one was that? Was that tuna or was that salmon?
I don't know what those things are.
Okay, well, does it have like a light flavor or does it have a really rich flavor?
How can something taste like light?
No, it's like a, you know what? Never mind. It's not a big deal. It's just my favorite. I was just wondering.
All right, bye.
No, about the information that we traded.
Yeah, I told you it was a dog.
Yeah, but where? You saw
where'd he
where he
go?
went, right?
Yeah, I saw where he went.
No, Bland. That
What?
was part of the exchange. You're not going to ask me to give you another cat treat to find out where he went.
Would you like to roll cute or cunning? Or fierce? I mean, you could roll fierce as
I
well.
think I'm being a little bit more cunning than I am cute or fierce, so
Right.
I'll do cunning.
Give me a cunning roll. And so the way this works, those of you that don't know, I'll say give me a roll, like something like cute, cunning, or fierce. And then when the prompt comes up, you can add d6s. You're always rolling d6s, but you can add an amount of d6s if you have the ability to do something to adjust it. For example, if you're using a magic power, you'll get 2 d6s. If you're using a talent, you'll get 1 d6. And if you're using a flaw, or you recognize and you need to tell me if one of these things is clearly one of your flaws, then you get a minus 1 d6. For you, there's just no addition, but you also then put in a difficulty number. And for this one, did you say you're rolling cunning?
Yep.
The difficulty is 3. Okay.
One success, but
One success, but. So again, new players and anybody who might be watching who is a little like confused as to what does success but mean? It means there are different roles or results. On a failure, you don't do what you do. If it says success but, it says that you do it, but something happens. Success is a success. Success and means that you do it and you get a bonus. And then there's a super success where you do it way better than anybody thought. Essentially, this is that you are rolling however many dice you're rolling. For this, you rolled 3d6 because that is how cunning you are. And you need to roll over a 3 with those dice. You rolled a 3, a 2, and a 2. If we're physical dice, it would be a lot easier to do it, but you can see on the thing there. Which means you got 1 success out of a possible 3, which means you got a success but. And the sheet does a lot of that for you, but just to explain to you what's going on so that you can vaguely keep up. If you're trying to, that's what's going on. And yeah, I think you're cunning enough that he will answer your question. But it's really hard to understand because he's got a mouthful of kitty treat. So he says,
There's a went to the old ironworks and that abandoned building on the edge of town. This is so good. And there's a big fucking tree that looks like a goose. Yeah, oh man, goose.
I hate geese. All right, get out of my house before anybody sees you.
I'm sorry. I totally didn't understand a word that you said because I was busy watching you destroy my favorite type of treat. That's not how you eat it. You're supposed to nibble it a little bit at a time. You don't just shove the whole thing in your mouth.
Oh, really? That's how it's
Yeah.
done? Oh, man. Give me another one and I'll try again.
Okay, but I will split it with you and then I will show you how to eat the treat.
Okay.
Okay? But
Yeah.
you have to tell me the information again before I give you this treat because I couldn't understand you. I couldn't focus on it.
All right.
Where
I'll
did he
do
go?
that.
Iron somewhere?
The dog?
Yeah,
Not the dolphin.
right.
All right.
The big metal one.
The big metal dog.
Yeah.
The humans took it.
Well, I mean, you know, the one inside the metal one. I hate saying it out loud.
The real dog.
Yeah.
The ugly
Could
one.
you just not say that?
The
like
crazy
that?
eyes.
Yeah,
And the
that
missing
one.
teeth.
Yeah.
And the horrible fur.
Well, it honestly just looks like he might need a bath. But yes.
Yeah, he needs a brush. Yeah, that guy. And I'll
Yeah.
say it again, but this time, yeah. Clear the fur out of your ears.
Okay, I'm ready.
They ran over to the ironworks factory. There's that
Ironworks factory.
abandoned building on the edge of town. By the big
Okay.
crooked tree that looks like a goose. That's what I was
Okay.
saying. It looks like a goose, and I don't like them. You understand?
No one likes gooses.
No,
They're terrible.
no one does. They're awful. You never tell a goose where I live, no matter what.
And I
I'll
would
never deal with them.
Blan, I would never do that.
Don't
I would
make
never
deals with
speak
them.
to a goose. Okay. Here.
I pull out another cat treat and I will use my pinky claw to cut it in half. And then I will hand him the treat or I will shove it forward because I guess my
He
paw doesn't
consumes it
fit through.
instantly.
No, Blan, that's...
Blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's good. Hey, that one tasted different. Was that one taste like darkness?
I don't know. I will
Get out of my
sniff.
house.
I will sniff the treat a little bit and then I will delicately start licking it and I will take my time before I eat the entire treat. I don't care that he wants me
Do
to
you think
eat.
this is a restaurant? Get out of here.
This is the tuna one. So not my favorite, but it's still very good.
Get off my branch.
Right,
I
bye.
got customers. You're scaring
Okay,
them
bye.
off.
You
And
leave.
then I leave.
Bing, you teleport away. Where do you go? What do? You tell the others?
Yeah, I just go right back down.
Okay, so oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I do that all the time. So apparently he went to the old iron works factory, the abandoned building down the street.
I know what that is.
Do you? Because I had no idea what he was talking about. I just had to really focus and try to remember it so that I could say it back to you guys appropriately.
Brad, do I know what it is? I have historian and navigator.
Yes, then. Nice.
Well played.
It's
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
yeah.
Whichever way you want to point, yeah.
That way.
Oh. Okay.
It's that
Well-
way.
Are you guys? Are you coming with us?
Yeah, but I still think it's the birds.
I got an ear thing.
It wouldn't surprise me, Sergeant, if you were right. Would you like to lead the way?
Certainly. I know where it is.
Understood.
So you
Right.
guys all start heading down 7th Street towards the industrial complex.
Yes.
What did you say it
And-
looked like again?
Military
your-
industrial complex?
The
Wow.
military no, it's just an abandoned industrial area, SimCity style. Sergeant Meowmers, there is another moment where the camera pans back and there's just another pigeon in another tree watching you walk down the street, and it like leans into a thing and says, "It's a white cat with stuff around eyes. Yes, knows about birds. Yes, moving west on 7th Street. I will follow."
Oh my god,
And,
how like they prune their feathers like this. So it's just like
That's-
leaning
they're
in to be like,
actually-
but they're actually
They're actually
communicating.
communicating.
Oh my
And
God. So good.
yeah, you guys start heading down to this set of warehouses basically. Behind like a very long set of chain fences, there are a bunch of different kind of abandoned looking buildings, the classic kind of like area where mobsters meet in TV shows looking thing, probably on the edge of a docks or something like that. There are like rusted chains that like hold all of the gates closed, maybe some areas where there's like barbed wire, but there are definitely plenty of holes in the fences and gates for little kittens to slink through. And oh god. Apologies. Along the
to go here to sit on the dock. Hey,
there's a
tide?
bunch of different warehouses that you pass, and there are these like great big works of human art along all of them. These like strange scribbles with bizarre language, colorful paint marks in like bright pink and green and stuff, and no doubt they were sort of divine ancient scripture. It looks like they've been on these buildings for a long time. And
Wow.
as you guys are all walking past, maybe one of you's flying, eventually you come to a sort of large corrugated steel warehouse. It has like only got a single dirt covered like semicircular window above a very large giant kind of barn door looking thing on the front. Outside of it, though, is a very large tree that crooks at a strange angle like a gooseneck. The tree itself is kind of dead and withered, but it remains large and imposing around the front of this warehouse. Even though it's the dead of summer, there's this single, ominous dead tree in front of the warehouse. And you've arrived at your destination, says
See, I told you.
Satnav Cat.
This looks
Birds.
really scary.
You see that? You see that tree?
See what? Yeah.
That's no coincidence.
Go rub on that tree.
What
does it look
about
like?
the tree?
On that tree.
I'm gonna rub up on that tree.
Was that a wing flap?
That tree looks like it needs some
I
love.
didn't hear anything.
Keep your eyes peeled.
There's
Okay.
a tree?
Wait, what does that mean? My human says that all the time.
Your peepers. Keep them peeled.
Peeled?
Open.
I'm rubbing
You
on
want
the
me to
tree.
claw my eyes?
Don't do that.
Okay. I guess I will keep my eyes open.
We can still blink.
Girl, you
But
can.
not if
blink.
there's a bird going by.
But aren't birds always going by? Ow,
Where?
this is burning.
Where is it?
Come get a piece of this tree.
There's plenty of birds. There's like seagulls. There's a really
Gotta blink,
ominous looking
princess.
pigeon that's clearly tracking you in the corner of somewhere, and then like just some random sparrows or something.
Are there birds in the tree?
Not in the tree, no.
I would like to be laser focused on the pigeon and start wiggling my butt.
Does that mean that you're gonna laser the pigeon with your eyes?
Yeah, because that's a you got to be careful with your wording because you have laser eyes.
No, I'm doing. You know when cats lock on to
Oh,
a
yeah.
bird and
Their eyes dilate.
not the butt wiggle, the jaw thing.
Oh yeah, the shitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pigeon kind of ruffles its feathers like this, and then flies away.
All right, look.
I'm sorry, what?
They're watching. They're always watching.
All right. Well,
Oh my god! Please close your eyes, princess. Please, this is really, really, really scary.
okay.
So are we gonna go in or like
For a second, it's just
we're
unnerving.
all gonna rub on this tree?
I don't really
Rub
feel
on a
like
tree.
rubbing on the tree right now.
You guys, if you would like to try and figure out something, you want to like look this place over to try and figure out maybe a way in, you can roll me cunning checks
Coffee or
again,
something.
unless you've got some specific ideas of how you would like to come in.
What is the difficulty? Well, I will point out that although I'm a very fat cat, I'm still tiny. I'm tiny fat, so I can actually fit in small places. But what's the difficulty on our cunning roll?
The first roll will be a difficulty of 2. You can all roll it as you're kind of here just to check it out. So again, click on the cunning dice roller. When it asks, you don't add any dice in unless you have a talent that you think you can apply to it. Otherwise, onto the next little pop-up that comes up and put in a difficulty of 2.
I don't believe I succeeded in doing this. Let me try again. Cunning. Don't put anything, or put under difficulty, which is the first thing that pops up, 2.
Difficulty 2. Oh, yeah, is it the other way around? Sorry. Difficulty 2, and then 0 in the next one.
I did it and mine won't roll either.
Same.
What was the cure?
Oh, we had this problem. Make sure your owies is 0.
Make
Oh,
sure
what?
you're what?
Your injuries is 0.
Okay.
You have to have a number in there.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
There you
thank you.
go. Yeah,
Okay.
You're
I
welcome.
did. I did. Yeah, that's right.
Excellent.
Yeah, try it again. Sorry.
There we go.
I forgot to double check this last week.
Boom.
Bam. Nice.
Ah,
Nice. Okay. So Princess Snuggles got a success. Percival got a success, and Sergeant Meowman's got a success, and then Classy Kitty got a failure. Classy Kitty is just looking at a tree. I think you
It's just rubbing up against the tree.
a tree, and you're like, there's a warehouse there, but you're rubbing up a tree, and you're not even probably looking. The two successes, as you approach the building from the ground level, I guess, because you're not like teleporting up or flying around just yet, you see that on the side of the door itself, there's like an odd-looking panel, and that is when Percival lasers the panel off the side of the thing. Yeah. And the panel falls off, revealing a secret little paw print scan device.
I'm still getting used to it. I'm sorry.
What is that?
It's my eyes.
No, I mean that.
Some kind of contraption.
It looks like it's the shape of your paw.
Oh, I wouldn't touch it.
Okay.
I'm not touching it.
Remember, they're always watching.
I want to touch
I'm gonna start wandering towards them. What are you guys touching?
Look at this, Classy Kitty. It's like a weird
it
paw
looks like
shape.
a paw, and I'm just gonna thrust my hand in.
Oh, wait.
Look, it fits.
Nice. It does fit. The
Perfect.
the thing scans, like one of those scan lines goes up and down the thing. And then there's a strange noise that comes from it that sounds like a kind of 8-bit bark, like a but and then as you pull your paw away, you see that the shape of the paw that it needs to be is very dog-like, and your paw is obviously very cat-like. Then the thing turns red, the scan device, and you hear a sort of robotic voice say,
"Incorrect scan. Please try again."
Guys, I'm not feeling very chill about this place anymore.
Me either.
What's an incorrect scan? Can I have a look?
No.
Can I have
I
a look?
don't know.
I'm gonna have a look. It didn't. Not gonna explode. I'm gonna have a look. Should I have a look?
No, don't have a look.
No.
I wanna have a look.
Is anyone's hand bigger than this?
I don't think it's the. I mean,
It's a no. Nope.
I look over at the sergeant, who is clearly the biggest cat out of all of us.
I mean, maybe
I'm
there's
sure
someone with a bigger paw.
Sure I can do this. I'll just break it. I'm gonna start trying to bite this thing apart.
Yeah, I'm gonna bite it. Okay.
I'm gonna start with biting.
All right. Give me a fierce check on a difficulty 5.
Wait, one moment, please. I have realized something.
Okay.
I'm actually going to try to absorb. I'm gonna try to absorb the electrical energy.
That sounds way more like a better idea, considering you have that superpower. Yeah. How do you do that? You can give me another fierce check, but this time on a difficulty of 2.
Nice. So what these guys would see is me staring intently at this device as if I'm communicating with it.
Yeah. No, like crazy or anything like that. It just powers down.
I think you hear zaps. I don't think you see anything.
Right. Yeah. So there's like some strange like the thing reacts and says,
Incorrect.
Told you I could do it.
and it powers down. There's like a and the very large doors shake a little bit, and then they part like a millimeter and stay like that.
Oh, I blink to the other side of the door.
Oh, you blink to the other side of the door.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. Well, there's a reason I said oh.
No.
You blink to the other side of the door, and there's a growling. you look, and you're in an empty warehouse. It's a pretty large warehouse. I think everything is kind of large to you, but even compared to a human house, this is just ginormous, and it's super bare. There are some like shelving units and things like that. There are some rafters above you, and but most notably, there is a dog bed in the center of the room, and sitting upon it, awoken by the sound of the door unlocking and then suddenly a cat appearing, is a chihuahua in a red cape, and and he's looking at you. His eyes are bright red, and he fires lasers at you.
I blink away.
Okay, give me a fierce check on a difficulty of 4.
Oh no! And I can do +1 because I have teleport.
That
how that works?
+2 because of teleport.
Oh right, okay. I couldn't remember. Sorry.
Yep, 2 for the superpowers.
Oh dear!
Oh,
I
no.
rolled a failure.
Oh no! Super Chihuahua.
Time for an owie.
Super Chihuahua hits you and you're struck by these kind of hot lasers. Bzz. They're not like ginormous, like they look when he fires them like scary, and as they get to you they're really small, and nowhere near as effective as it should be. It's like, it's now starting to yip at you, and it's really annoying. But you can understand what it says in dog. As these lasers hit you, it like frazzles your fur and you take 1 owie. Super Chihuahua starts to fly up in the air, his cape billowing out behind him, and his eyes glowing red always. And he says, "Get away, you wretched animals! Ew! Ew, disgusting! What are you doing here?"
What? We're here to save the day. Stop shooting me!
Hey, is everything okay in there?
No!
The three
There's
of
an
you.
angry chihuahua over here who's shooting lasers at me.
Yeah, what would the three of you outside like to do? You can kind of see through a tiny little crack in the door.
I would try to pry the door open.
I'm a cat, so I can fit through a millimeter gap.
That is correct. Using your power, cats are liquid. All three of you, if you want, can just go through the 1 millimeter hole in the door. Yeah. In that weird thing where cats, where you just look away and then they're inside. That happens. The Chihuahua blinks, and then there are 3 more cats stood next to the other one. There's like a little smoke line pouring off of the back, or like a shoulder, a tiny little bit of what is your name? Princess Snuggles fur. The Super Chihuahua is in the center of the room now, flying in the dead center of the room, and his lasers begin to laser up again. What would you guys like to do?
Try and zap him in the eyes.
Zap him in the eyes?
Yep.
That's horrific. Okay. I guess, yeah, okay. And then I need to remember everyone's name. Percival, what are you doing?
I would like to run out of... I don't want to get shot by lasers. That's basically maybe run a little bit.
Okay. Classy Kitty, how can I forget your name? Why? It's because it's your name. What are you doing? Anything?
I'm gonna fly up and get like eye level with him and just kind of hover, try to chill him out maybe.
Try and calm him down. And then Princess Snuggles, what are you doing?
I want to teleport to his dog bed and start laying all over it and rubbing my scent all over his dog bed.
Whoa.
All right. So.
You've gone too far.
You've gone too far. Let's see. So, zapping begins. Give me a fierce check on a difficulty of 4. You're using your superpower,
Yes.
so you can add a +2 to that. I guess cunning from Percival on a difficulty of 2.
One success.
I don't know what to make you roll, Classy Kitty. Do you think are you trying to like chill him out like with anything that you have in your
I think it's more like a cute thing. Like I'm like revealing my belly, swinging my weird naked rat tail at him, like
right. Okay. Yeah.
Wiggling,
Give me the
flapping my ball skins around.
Give me a cute check on a difficulty of 5. Super Chihuahua is hard to beat.
I guess you do look similar.
And then a fierce roll.
Not cute enough.
From
Me?
what is your name? Good God, Princess Snuggles.
Princess Snuggles.
I don't learn names until we're about 6 episodes into a thing. So
Okay, you can just call me Princess.
okay.
This was
Yeah.
I can do that. I'm from London. We do that, don't we?
To pay off,
Just
but
cop
yes.
me.
Princess.
Yeah, what? Princess, go on, mate. Roll the dice, lad.
I was relying on Brad's memory.
Oh yeah.
What's the difficulty on that?
That is a difficulty of, what did I say? Fierce.
Yeah.
4. Please.
One success, but.
Okay, so we've got a success but from Sergeant Meowmers. A success and from Percival. I think Percival just runs away.
Zoomies. I don't run away. I just want to not get away from the splash zone. Lasers
Okay.
don't really splash, but you know what I mean?
You know what? Fair enough. I'll allow it. And Classy Kitty has failed miserably. And then a success but from Princess Snuggles. So I think probably what happens here. As you guys all attack, a zap goes off. What does it look like from Sergeant Meowmers?
So this you do see. If I'm absorbing, you just hear the electricity, but this you see like a white, thready electricity go toward the eyes.
Yeah, it zaps outwards. The Princess Snuggles kitty disappears suddenly, teleporting across the room. Percival jumps out of the way. However, Super Chihuahua, how did I forget his name? What is wrong with me? He vanishes as well, moving as fast as the speed of light. Super Chihuahua flies towards Sergeant Meowmers. It's so stilted because I can't remember anyone's name. So it's Sergeant Meowmers. It's not a character name. Get out of here.
It's kind of adorable though.
He just, he's flying really fast. He does a flyby attack basically. And what I wrote was that Super Chihuahua flies past at super speed and spins you around like 1,000 times. That's the exact words I wrote. You start spinning around. Make a fierce roll at difficulty 3. And
What was that? Meowmers, right?
Yeah.
Meowmers. But then you as well. Because the same thing happens. He spins Meowmers around and zooms back towards you. Yeah?
I have to say something. I think my flaw comes in here.
Okay.
It's dizziness.
Oh, yeah. You get a minus.
Sometimes spin when they shouldn't.
You get a minus D6 on this because Super Chihuahua flies past you, spinning you around as well. Super Chihuahua then returns to the spot in the air and fires lasers at Classy Kitty, saying, "Ew, no, disgusting! Oh, get your belly away from me!" And then this horrible set of lasers launch towards you. And here's what happens. Princess Snuggles, I need a fierce check on difficulty 3. Classy Kitty, you take 1 owie. So you have a little bar where you take owies. If you take 2 owies, you have an injury. It might be 3. I'm sorry, let me check.
It was 2 last week, I think.
Yeah, I think it was. I just get confused because we have 5 on our sheets and it's incorrect. It's not Fujio's fault, but we're going to blame him anyway.
Can I do a -1?
You do
in
get a
this?
-1, yeah.
Yeah, but will it let me do that for the bonus die, or
yeah, I
should I
think
just
so.
up the difficulty? Okay.
No, I think -1 works.
Failure.
2 failures. So what happens to you guys is that you're spun around so much, spinned around so much that you fall over dizzy and you're kind of out a turn to a degree. So you two are like, "Meh," and you have like wide eyes and crazy elitis and you're just like, the eye lasers frazzle your fur, Classy Kitty, your wonderful fur.
You don't have any.
Yeah, I know. You just get lasered on the skin.
On my sweater.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, the sweater takes some damage, and yeah, it burns a little bit. You take 1 owie. So then the super chihuahua flies back to the center of the room and says, I told you to get away. You're no match for me. You disgusting, wretched little cats. Horrible. Percival and classy Kitty, you can do stuff. What would you like to do?
Where he's in the middle of the room, is there a light fixture above his head?
I'm going to say yes, there is. Yeah, like one of those classic, like, long bar swinging, like hanging down, but it's long and it has those bars in that I always used to have to replace in my first ever job in an office.
Fluorescent light?
Worst.
Fluorescent tube light thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a GM and I refer to things as fluorescent light tube thing. I'm really good at it. I do fantasy world things. I don't do modern day. There's a reason. I don't know.
I don't know
what that is. Unless it's a sword and a cart, I have no idea what's happening.
I'm lasering it, Brad. I want to laser the fluorescent tube light thing.
All right, and then classy Kitty, what would you like to do? You've been frazzled. Frazzle laser.
I'm frazzled, and he's destroyed my sweater, and everything's pouring out. And I'm gonna grab a kitty treat and fly in the air with it and offer it.
Oh. Okay. I think he hates you so much.
I know, and now
by the way,
he's
clearly absolutely disgusted. Are you again trying to like overpower him with cuteness, or is this like a cunning thing where you're trying to like?
It's a cunning thing.
Tilting him out now.
Yeah, because if I can get close enough, I'm gonna scratch that spot on his butt, right where they just can't reach, and I'm gonna incapacitate him.
Okay. So I need a fierce check, and I think since you're going for the thing above you, it'd be on a 3, and from good God, what is your name, Percival, and then a cunning check on a difficulty of 2. Sometimes I think I say defense, by the way, and that's because the creatures have defense, and it's the difficulty 2. Cunning difficulty 2, and then a success, but we'll see what happens here first.
Oh Lord!
Success and
success.
Wow, I'm really cunning.
Yeah, look at you go, Percival.
I think.
I'm meowing.
I think here's what happens. You go flying up towards him, classy Kitty, with the kitty treat in hand. And he says, ew, no, get it away. Oh, it's disgusting. I hate the smell. I hate it so much. He puts a paw up to his nose. No, get it away. Hang on, I can do a paw today. No, it's disgusting. Get it away from me, he says. But as he brings his hand up, he knocks the kitty treat out of your hand. It launches out of the window and you -1 kitty treat. Then, a giant fluorescent light tube type thing is knocked from the ceiling. And he, the power chihuahua, super chihuahua, says, oh, that's disgusting. And then, bong, he's hit on the head. The thing knocks him to the ground and ding, gong, bum, bum, bing. He is splayed out. Super chihuahua has an owie limit of 1. And you have won the fight because he's a chihuahua and they suck.
Sorry.
I'm almost definitely getting a chihuahua next, by the way, but they suck. He has an owie limit of 1 and he has taken 1 owie. On the ground, 2 of you are kind of like, we're coming round from your dizziness. Super chihuahua is like splayed out in that, like, you know, like the Superman way when he's knocked out and all the cape is kind of behind him and he's like this. And every now and then he's kind of running in his sleep. He's definitely knocked out. And
did we win?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you won.
We did it. Everyone's safe forever now.
This
Correct.
bed is really comfortable.
Give me a
Of course we won.
give me a cunning check on the bed at a difficulty of 1, 2.
1, 2, or
I don't know what happens on a 1. Do it on a 1. Is there even any point on a 1? Isn't everything minimum 1? So you'd beat
I'm
it.
gonna
Oh, no, it
fly
wouldn't,
down
it
and
wouldn't.
try to take his cape off.
Oh yeah, yeah, you can do that. Absolutely.
it?
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
a Superman cape.
I'm putting it on.
It smells like dog though.
It's for taking my sweater.
Yeah, you have his cape now, and you also it's definitely just like a Superman cape.
Should probably clean that.
That someone put on him, you know, like his human was like, "Oh, you look adorable," and he was like, "No, it's disgusting. It's not even silk." But then
This is the weirdest chihuahua ever.
how dare you?
Is he though?
It is super chihuahua. He was
That's
genetically
super
modified to be super chihuahua. Yeah, success. And you're rolling around on this bed and you realize that it's kind of like that. On one side it's comfortable and on the other it's not. There's like something under the bed.
Oh, what's this?
And I move my paw to kind of like lift up the bed.
Yeah. Underneath this dog bed is a trap door.
Oh, wow! Look at this!
Like a hat.
He's got a litter box right under his bed!
Okay.
This is the smartest thing I've ever seen!
I'm zooming to the litter box.
I have to get my human to do this.
I'm gonna fly towards it and get in.
Look, it looks like you just lift it up right here.
Looking, I'm gonna poop on it.
Okay, no, it looks like you have to open it first.
I have to poop.
I open it.
You open it. And you're just jumping in?
Yeah.
All right. Fine. You jump in. The as you open this thing and immediately Percival is falling, you open this hatch and these lights illuminate one by one down this cylindrical like tube down these walls. Dong 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 dong, and it goes down pretty far. It doesn't look all like rusted and corrugated and awful like the warehouse that you're in. It looks like super flash and new and like white and like something from Paul. And I guess
like
Percival, you just fall. All right, give me a fierce check on a difficulty of 2. I guess it's not that far. It goes down pretty far, but not that far.
Cats always land on their
I
feet.
thought it was a.
Yeah, you're a cat. You're not. Yeah, you just no. You don't need to. Success part? No, it's a super success. You land on your feet. I forgot you're a cat. There's no fall damage. There's no fall damage in this game.
Forgot I was a cat. There can't be fall damage in this game ever.
There isn't fall damage for cats. Correct. Yeah. So Percival, you and just land in at the bottom of this thing. I think one by one the others maybe come down. One of you can fly.
Is it big in here?
A baby? Is there a baby in it? Oh, is it big in here?
Is it big?
What? How do you...
It sounded like baby. Chat probably had the exact same audio as me. Everyone gets different audios.
He knows something we don't. Is there a baby in here?
There is.
Yeah.
There's a baby version of Peachy Pixel 8. There's not. This isn't Nocturne. Tune in for the most horrifying thing, a giant baby Peachy Pixel 8 on this week's episode of Nocturne.
Just
but
the
not
head,
in this.
though.
Oh my god, it'd be awful.
I'm doing it. It's a thing. It's happening now.
At the bottom of this, like this stairwell. Those of you that like walk down can walk down the spirals.
Oh, I blink down.
You can blink down,
fly.
you can fly down, and Percival obviously lands, and one by one you come into this relatively small, clean, new, like iron paneled walls looking
Where's the
square
litter?
room. Yeah, there's nothing in here, but it's super clean. And in front of you is a giant circular door that looks like it might belong in a bank on the front of a safe, like one of those looking things with the great bolts that run across the front of it. As you approach it, you also realize that there's a small door at the bottom allowing you easy access into the next area, like a dog flap.
Oh, maybe the litter is in there. It's a pretty complicated litter box, but
I'm not gonna jump. I'm not.
I'll go through.
Okay, be careful.
You go
I
through.
will.
Okay.
I'm gonna fly after her.
You fly through, and then
Did you ever walk?
3 of you go through, and that's where we're gonna go to a break for the evening. As you step through the dog flap in the safe vault. Thanks very much for watching, people that are watching.
Magical kitties save the day.
The magical kitties are going to attempt to save the day
I hope
after
so.
this break.
Will do.
Please do check out the Kickstarter. There will be links in the chat, and if you're watching on a VOD in the future, there should be links to it in the description. And if this has been ripped and embedded on Pumpkinberry's private websites, then I'm sure she would even link to it there. Although I highly recommend not going to Pumpkinberry's private websites. It's like robots and weird.
Porn.
Okay. And we're going to a break. We made it almost to the break. We'll be back in a few minutes. Hello, everyone. I think I just missed the burp. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I hope it was in there. I don't know if you heard it.
Peachy.
It was great. Peachy.
It was good.
Together.
Welcome back to Tablestory's Magical Kitties Save the Day, brought to you by Atlas Games.
Were you trying to like Bohemian Rhapsody sing there, or what was
It was
happening?
a Dalek.
Yeah, like what was going on?
I think I was some sort of alien.
I think I was.
Don't know. There's no way I could know. I've had 3 hours sleep. So let's carry on playing the game. So you all step into I'm not sure what this sound is, but let's click it anyway. You all step through this cat flap. No, it's a dog flap. Ew, cats. No cats allowed. Yes.
Does it say no cats allowed on it? Sorry.
Absolutely, it does now. Yeah. As you,
Okay.
we like the camera sees the last tail go through from Percival, and it's just got like no cats allowed that flaps back, and it says it in blood in purple. It says it in purple.
But like a true cat, I don't care.
Correct. There is no music playing. I don't know why.
Cats are always allowed. That's just
In
how it
here,
works.
you wander into a very large, quintessential villainous lair. You wander into like one of those like 007 huge underground facilities filled with like technology like the humans use, but far more advanced. It's pretty huge and it runs all the way down away from the door that you entered in. There are these great metallic struts that like hold these platforms in the air, and there are cogs that turn, smaller cogs and larger cogs. Some move slowly, some move quickly. Partly embedded in the part stone, part metal layer here, these walls. And there are conveyor belts that crisscross across the entire facility and screens that flicker. There are lines of human text going up a screen right next to you, with numbers and things like that on it.
Are they sacred?
I don't know. Can you read human? Can any of you read human?
Well,
No.
the rules say in general, we mix stuff up all the time. So
Can we
unless you have
try?
something special on your sheet that says you know it,
If
then
you'd like to try,
I
you
kind of want
may.
to try.
You can give me a cunning check with a difficulty, I think, of probably 4.
Okay.
While you guys like step through and look into this place, you see that the place is brightly lit. There are like, you know, fluorescent tubes still, but they light the place up perfectly. There are lots of smaller lights that are flickering and flashing, strobing in dichromatic colors only. Okay, that's a dog joke for those of you that
That's top tier.
appreciate
dog
comedy, specific dog connoisseur comedy, comedy connoisseurs. There you go. There's the second half of the
If you're
sentence.
a dog, smash that like button.
Percival, you start reading the screen, and you can actually make out varying words and numbers and things, and you make out a lot of stuff. Things about something called an anti-magic ray gun and anti-magic experiments seem to keep constantly flashing up on this screen. However, you probably don't have too long to react to a lot of the things that are going on here, because there's more. There's more happening all around you. At the far end of this facility, this villainous lair, is a very large glass cylindrical kind of tube housing. Inside of it is a massive rocket in the shape of a cartoonish bone. And attached to the rocket is a giant ray gun, but it's all like dismantled, like it's going to be taken somewhere and put together. And the rocket is clearly about to lift off. There's like smoke pluming out of the bottom of it. And atop of a scaffold next to it is that scruffy black dog that you saw. He's got this horrible wiry fur. These like crazy eyes. Like one of them is clearly like looking in the wrong direction. And he's wearing a lab coat, like a mad scientist. What, you want to see what he looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to tell the audience.
This is the villain. He looks like that, but in a lab coat. And if you're listening on the audio, I'm sorry, but I tried to describe him as best I could.
Brad really went all out on the prop.
Tell him you love him.
I bought a dog just for this. Just for this moment. All right, take him away. Send him back. So he's climbing up this like scaffolding, and as you guys all walk in, he turns towards you, and his eyes kind of go wide, but then a smile pours across his face. He looks like recently he went to the vet and all of his top teeth were taken out, so it's not a nice smile. And he says, "Ah ha ha ha! You are too." And then he adjusts his collar, activating a voice modulator, and says,
Ha 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 ha! You are too late, kittens. Even if you had super speed, you wouldn't get to me in time. Did you miss him? Look to your right. Get him, Dane.
The wiry black dog jumps into the cockpit of the rocket. The door closes, and a countdown in the facility begins.
10,
Wait.
9, 8.
I'm trying
However-
to drain the power from the panels.
I
Hold
blink
on.
into the rocket.
Hold on.
I cried.
Hold on. Because that's happening over there. As soon as he go back in time, like 12 seconds, when he said, "Get him, Dane," to your right, a figure materializes instantly and quickly. Quicker than you can teleport. You're in a cutscene. And Dane the Great appears. A famed magician that you may have heard of, but certainly would never have gone to see. A massive dog in typical magician's outfit, and each of you turn to him, or even Princess Snuggles begins to like blink away. As she's about to summon up the energy to do it, Dane whips his hat off, and all of this green smoke plumes out and instantly covers you in the cutscene, because you can't react in a cutscene in video games. And each of you find yourselves somewhere else. You are in a hall of mirrors. There are several versions of each of you that appear endlessly reflected in endless mirrors. The floor itself is covered in this thick green mist. And in some of the mirrors, you see Dane the Great. He smiles, and then suddenly fervently begins itching his ear with his leg.
Look at my fur. Where the chihuahua shot me. It's ruined.
Oh.
I can probably help. I'm gonna start cleaning it.
You're just
I
cleaning
also
each
start
other.
Cleaning myself. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Dane the Great in this boss fight starts
This is a boss fight. And what is happening right now?
starts itching the back of his ear and just becomes obsessed with it. And I think each of you begins cleaning for maybe 5 to 10 minutes in this hall of mirrors.
At least.
While Dane itches himself and then maybe licks his foot for just a little too long. And then the fight actually begins. Dane says to each of you, ha 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 ha, I am Dane the Great. Escape if you can, he says. What do you do?
I call him a bad dog.
Oh, that's pretty vicious. You sure?
Yeah.
That's unnecessary, I think. Unnecessary force.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, your words echo off of the walls. Again, there's like hundreds of Percivals, hundreds of classy Kitties and Princess Snuggles and Sergeant Meowmas, as well as 100 Dane the Greats. You shout at him, but he just smiles at you and sits quite casually. Probably begins licking his feet again.
We gotta find where he is.
I'm gonna start zapping mirrors.
Oh, okay. Who else is doing what here?
If I see the Sergeant Meowmas is going to try and break a mirror, I'm probably going to try and stop them because I'm prone to believe in myths, urban legends, and bad luck. Because I'm very superstitious.
Okay. I have no idea. This is how to do PvP, but we're about to find out. Classy Kitty.
I will dive in front of the mirror.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Classy Kitty, you doing anything?
Unfortunately, my main flaw is that I'm easily distracted by shiny things. Mirrors are like the shiniest thing.
All right. Yeah, you're out.
I think
you're
I'm just
out.
gonna start like floating down halls and.
Yeah, that's it. You're gone.
I'm gone. I'm probably lost in the labyrinth of mirrors at this point.
It's
Chill out, dude.
Yeah, you're out. Thanks for being the guest. You're out. You're done. And then Princess Snuggles. Are you doing anything?
I am trying to decipher which one is the real Dane.
Very good. Everybody. No, actually, I need I guess, contested fierce rolls from Percival and Sergeant Meowmas. Princess Snuggles, give me a cunning check on a difficulty of 5.
What's our difficulty on these contested?
I feel like you guys just give me a difficulty 1.
Sure.
And it will just be whoever gets best, whoever does best.
That'll just be whoever's got the most dice.
It's possible I just invented PvP. If it's in the book, I'm sorry, Alice Games, I don't know where it is. But that seems like the way to do it.
For those listening, I will be adding a 1 because I have a talent called Puzzler. I enjoy solving difficult problems, answering tricky riddles, decoding messages, and untangling baffling mysteries.
Okay, then.
I also have Trouble Seeker. I'm good at finding and dealing with supernatural troubles that bother magical kitties. Is this supernatural, what's happening here, or is this just mirrors?
I mean, he's a magician. That's what he is. I don't know what that counts as. Is magic
Probably
supernatural?
Not supernatural.
I think supernatural is ghosts, isn't it? Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, magician.
Depends on the kind of magic.
I was thinking like Zatanna.
Is it card tricks?
Is it DC?
Or Doctor Strange?
It's
It's Chris Angel. It's not magic.
Yeah, it's not
Chris Angel.
Not supernatural.
Yeah.
It's Chris Angel the dog.
He can use real magic. He has real magic powers like a wizard. He's like a wizard.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Is that supernatural?
Well, he teleported you into a mind hole.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it could be magic then.
I'm sorry. It could be magic then.
Does supernatural count as magic? Magic count as supernatural?
Yeah, magic is supernatural.
Yeah,
I think so.
In the real, you're thinking.
If he's actually teleporting us and using magic, then yeah, I would say so.
Agreed.
Fine. Okay, you can add a d6.
Okay. I guess I'll
Good
just...
lawyering, everyone.
Fine.
Good lawyering.
Brad.
Fine.
I'll just
Trying to
do
be the
that.
type of DM that isn't the easygoing GM. Because I've only got GM on my overlay. Okay.
So I did a
The defense rests.
So yours is actually 4 successes versus Percival's success, but I think what happens here, Percival, is that you are successful in that you hit, or like you dive in the way of the zap, but all it does is just hit you and then continue on and hit the mirrors. Were you aiming it at Dane the Great?
So
Like one
trying
of his
to
mirrors,
use
or
that
were you just
trouble
trying to-
seeking.
Okay.
Yeah, that special ability that I have. So the zap is my magic, but a talent is trouble seeking. So I would be trying to use the trouble seeking to ferret out his source of supernatural power.
Give me a cunning roll
Cunning.
on a difficulty 5, and you can add a d6 to that as well for the same thing. Princess Snuggles did the same thing there. Success, but
Bonus die, do I put 6?
you
Or just
put
don't
1.
put any? Put 1 for bonus die. Got you, because that's a 1d6. Okay.
It'll roll 1. That's a fail. I think here's what happens. Use that Percival, and that's that. Percival, you take an owie. You try and work out which one is him, but it's kind of hard to do. Just like, I don't know which one is the bzz, and then he's like, meow, and then bzz, meow, and then rolls away.
Sorry. Percival.
Princess Snuggles, you're trying to determine which one he is.
It is the real one, yes.
I think you're successful and you're like, that's the real one. And then he moves.
Oh,
And then he waves. And then Classy
Oh.
Kitty sees a shiny thing. Someone throws like one of those little like disco ball looking things, like a little cat toy one.
Oh no.
Bouncy ones.
Someone, because this is all Dane the Great, he just magics up a disco ball and it rolls and it starts to reflect everywhere. And
Rainbows enveloping my soul.
it's amazing. Yeah. You reach like level 7 Buddhism, but it doesn't help you in this boss battle. And
I roll on my back.
Dane the Great says, "Ha ha ha, you'll never guess which one is me in time." And he looks at a watch, and I don't know why the effect is still on. He looks at a watch on his paw, which he does have, because he can have anything he wants in the mind hole. Welcome to the mind hole.
The mind hole.
Oh. Can I see which one of the watches in the reflections is not backwards?
She's a genius.
It's literally so clever that I don't even want you to roll.
Yeah.
Because
I
I'm like,
agree.
there's just like, that's just the type of thing that was like beyond. That was like someone went, oh, you know, that's an actual
That was next level.
superhuman. You know, like,
Yeah.
oh, look at that. That person over there, laser eyes. And I've just
Yeah.
seen it now. Confirmed.
I'm
I've only
proud.
ever seen this power, this raw strength once before. What is it, Pigeon? You know what? Yes. Just purely because I'm so blown away IRL that I'm gonna meta control how the you notice that that one of the Dane the Greats, his watch is going, you know, like the correct way round, but he is also constantly moving, I think. So you have like 1 second to maybe shout at one of the other kitties to
I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna blink right there. I'm gonna pounce
you're
on him.
blinking to him.
Yeah, sneakily if I can, which is a
Right.
talent I have.
Okay. Oh, I see. All right. Yeah. Give me a fierce roll.
Okay,
Difficulty of 3
okay,
plus 1d6 for your sneaky.
okay. And can I, do they stack? Because I'm teleporting also?
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
3d6 in total.
okay. And difficulty was
3.
3. Sorry. 1 success, but
Yeah. The large Great Dane the Great. You teleport onto his back.
yeah,
Yeah. You're just holding on.
yes.
Claws.
Well, honestly, I think I would try to do what cats do and grab the back of the scruff, because that usually makes a cat go limp. I probably don't realize that you can't do that to a dog.
Right. So you grab the scruff
Yeah.
though, because I don't think they feel that. Did they, dogs? Did they feel the scruff?
No, they don't care. Yeah.
I think you're just on there then, and he
But a
doesn't
cat
know.
will go limp. Yeah,
like
because
looking
that's
at
what
his
their
watch.
mom does. Yeah.
You know what this is called? It's called a welch, and it's really cool, Wolf.
This isn't working.
And then he hears you. Hey, what the?
Hello?
The rest of you, what are you doing? Classy Kitty?
If I,
You're
yeah, if
wandering
I
around.
Is the thing gone?
I think you've got.
Probably not.
I think
Probably.
every week someone at some point has to get that weird cat thing, and I call it crazy elitis, where their eyes go big and they're like, "Meh," and they just start dragging themselves around the room and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
weird. You have that.
Yeah.
Self-induced
so I
from your
slide
floor.
like hella fast.
You're like spinning around on the ground. There's like the thing is, you're in like a crazy hall of mirrors, so there's just endless amounts of this happening around you.
I might die here.
Percival and
Can I hear Princess Snuggles?
you can see everything that's happening. There's just 100 different versions of everything.
Yeah, but can I hear it?
Give me a cunning roll on a difficulty of 5. And Sergeant Meowmers, are you doing anything in your?
I'm going to use a kitty treat to get
My
an extra bonus.
Gosh,
My God.
you're not using all 3 again?
I'm not.
Sure.
I've got a success. So
Could
it's
get a
probably
super
for the best.
success.
No, it's just a success.
But you could get one if you used all of your kitty traits.
I could.
Mm.
Okay. I actually used all of my kitty treats.
Okay.
You made me do this.
Sergeant Meowmers. No, you don't have to. What are you doing?
Sergeant Meowmers is also going to use all of her kitty
You
treats.
have to use them all. Actually, you can use one.
She's
Brad
gonna
knows
try.
my all or nothing mentality. I should never go to a casino.
She's gonna try and use Troublesseeker to ferret out the real Dane the Great,
Okay.
and then zap him.
All right. Give me. You have to give me a cunning check as well on a difficulty of 5.
Cunning.
You are using kitty treat to do something. You want to add a d6? I don't even think that's a rule, by the way, but I'm going to allow it. Kitty treats are just kind of like do what you want.
So I add a kitty treat. Do I get to add
thought
one for
you could.
Troublesseeker as well?
I think we got it wrong last time.
Oh, okay.
Basically, you can use it to re-roll usually, which probably is stronger.
Oh. Well, how about
so
do I add one for
adding
Troublesseeker
one-
and then I'll re-roll if I don't like it?
Yeah, that's what it is. I think when you roll a
Kitty treat?
failure, remember team points? You could do that in the other one. It was a bit
Yeah.
like that, I think.
I failed, so I'm gonna roll again. Cunning.
Yeah, so you can roll one of them again.
5.
So that there's a 1 in
Okay.
there that I assume you want to re-roll. I guess it doesn't matter. They're all fails.
1
See what I mean?
and
You can roll a d6. You just roll 1d6. Sorry.
okay.
I'll allow. Forget that last one.
3.
You change one of them to a 3. Still a fail. Percival, you can hear, like that one is Princess Snuggles. Dane the Great is kind of coming at you from everywhere when he speaks. Ha 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 ha! Even if you found where I am, you'll never find where I am. He says.
He's right here.
And a Great Dane's intelligent Tuesday.
Great
run
Danes are
so
in the
fast,
top
Mike.
20.
Yeah, they're
Hit or
pretty
miss
smart.
though, so you can decide if this is based off of my Dane. Very not smart.
Then yes, it is. Because otherwise I'll have to add like 12 points to his defense points, and we don't want to do that. Yeah, this one's exactly yours. How does he look, Dane the Great? He's in a magician
so
outfit.
she is
No,
about
he.
100.
Dane the Great.
He's steely
Thank you.
blue gray.
Steely blue
With
grey.
like greenish eyes, and is like $120.
Nice.
Really not Dane the Rock Johnson?
It
You
is
ever
not.
mount it into war?
Yes. Noble steed.
Yeah, Percival, you can tell which one is
I'm
Is-
zoomies. I'm doing the zoomies towards.
Sergeant Meowmers. Absolutely can't. I think you've found this like twice, Sergeant Meowmers. So you're just like, it's that one. It's that one.
Yeah, Sergeant
Maybe
Meowmers
it's
has no
that
idea.
one. And then there's Classy Kitty just like knocking around. Crazy
the
lights.
chittering growl.
Sorry, what do you want to do, Peachy?
I'm doing the zoomies straight directly beeline towards where the noise of Princess Snuggles is coming from.
Okay, give me a fierce check on a difficulty of 3.
Help me, Percival.
I'm gonna use the kitty treat because I can't probably do this.
Sure. The brand new and not in the book use
Is it not
of
in the
adding
book?
a D6.
Oh.
I'll allow it. You can do that. I think it's
Okay, I
fine.
thought it
I
was in the
don't care.
book. I got
But
2.
technically, as a
Okay.
showcase for Atlas Games Magical Keys Save the Day, you can't do it. A difficulty 3 success. Yeah, you do it. You run. You just woo, and like as you're about to feel like you maybe hit the mirror, you just go through and you're in the room. Oh, bloody. Okay, there's another one in here. Says Dane the Great. I can't even remember if he sounded like that at first.
Percival,
Now what?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Shoot him with your laser eyes.
Oh God, I want a gif of that. So, here we are again. Classy Kitty, you have crazy elitis. You are
Could
knocking
I
around on the
eat
ground.
a kitten treat to fix myself?
Oh, they can do basically anything at this point.
I would like to eat. In my psychosis, my kitten treats are probably coming out of my sweater, and then on my next round, I'm just eating all of them.
Okay, yeah, and you do.
My fix.
You do that, yeah. Sure.
In my.
Nice, Brad.
In my like travels, did I find the way through?
Oh, definitely
like,
not.
my-
You're insane. You just snap out of it. You're like, where am I?
Dudes, where have I been? Oh my
mean,
god,
you
where
could-
is everybody?
You could potentially eat another kitty treat and try and do that if you'd like.
All right,
Do you have another one? Yeah, okay.
I have all 3. Yeah,
You threw one, you lost one. The Super Chihuahua
lost
batted
one,
one out
yeah.
of your
I
hand.
only
But...
have 2.
Okay, make me a cunning check on a difficulty of 5. And since we've added the rule, because we're throwing rules out the window with kitty treats, you can add a D6 just because you add a kitty treat.
Thank you. I have a success and
yeah, you can work out where it is. And I think you're stood like you're laying like in the crazy light. It's like meh, and then you kind of like snap out of it and you like Scooby snack a kitty treat in just bang, and then you're like that's the way. And then also Sergeant Meowmers is next to you like that's the way. That's not the way. That's the way. What one's the mirror? So if you'd like, you can grab Sergeant Meowmers and all jump through to the correct.
I will. I'm gonna grab her, but
Yes.
calmly, and we're gonna move with me.
Yeah. And do you go with?
Yeah.
All right. You all step through into the area. All the mirrors disappear, but the green mist on the ground remains, and you're just kind of in an endless blackness. Dane the Great says, "Aha! You've successfully made it past the mirrors, but do you know what a dog's best friend is?"
Anybody they want it to be, bro.
I'm still screaming and charging up my camera.
Yeah, I'm riding on top of him, so I doubt.
There's bones. There's lots of bones around you. And then suddenly loads of bones start appearing and falling from the sky. There's just tons of them and it starts to fill the place up. You're on the back of Dane the Great. He's an idiot. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
It's raining bones.
Tuesday said that Dane the Great was really dumb. And so
Yeah.
here we are.
Really,
And,
really not
it starts
smart.
raining bones and bones start filling up and they're not all like they're like cartoonish looking bones and like treat bones and stuff like that. Like every now and then there's a tennis ball because Dane the Great can't keep his head focused, but he can summon things, so he just summons up all these like random dog bones and treats, and it's awful. Cats don't like dog treats, I don't think. I think the other way round works, but there's one way where, and it just starts filling up quickly and you start having to kind of swim. Apart from Princess Snuggles, who's on his back, Laser Boy was about to laser, gets hit by all the bones. You two come running through after the crazy Elias and the I don't know which one is real, and then bones everywhere, and you're swimming. You're literally swimming in bones. Dane the Great is lost under all of these bones, but he grabs one in his mouth and he's very happy. What would you each like to do? I think starting with Princess Snuggles, because you're still on his back.
Yeah, I would like to lay down, wrap my paws around him, and try to teleport the both of us
Damn. And where?
up into the air so
Up
that
into the
Percival
air.
can laser him.
Okay. Give me a fierce check on a difficulty of 3.
2 successes.
Which is a general success. Percival, all these bones and dog treats start filling up the room. And you are like swimming through this stuff, and then suddenly bursting out through the treats into the like darkness above. There's just a great Dane in a magician's outfit, like doing the like oh thing with like their ears out and that. And then it just starts falling down, and you have a moment, if you'd like, all three of you to do something.
Yeah, I've been charging this for about 6 seasons.
Yeah.
And the second is just...
Yeah. Kaioken times 20 laser eyes from Percival. Anyone else? The Sergeant
Yeah.
Meow Mix?
I'm gonna try and zap.
Meow, 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 meow.
I'm gonna try and zap Dane the Great's head.
You're zapping him as well. And
Yep.
then Classy Kitty. Doing anything here?
I'm gonna fly just above the bones, just kind of hover and watch everything.
Just
I don't
taking
have
it
an
in.
attack move.
Just taking it in.
You can still like
the vibe is chill.
No.
you can still bite
No,
and claw. if you
no,
want.
no,
Oh,
she
sorry.
can't. She does
Excuse me.
nothing. She does
I
nothing the
misspoke.
entire time she's here. That's how it works.
I'm not
That's
allowed
how-
to bite or claw.
I mean, technically, but I think Brad has said no.
No, because I like the fact that in the first fight, in fact, the whole time, all you've done is rub against a tree, fly, bare your belly and get zapped out of the sky, fly and get zapped out of the sky again, and then get crazy Elias, and then fly and do nothing and watch. And I refuse to allow this streak to be broken.
Refuse to allow agency.
That I will not allow agency in this situation, because I want Classy Katie to leave and have not needed to be here. Why was I on that show? I'm kidding, of course. That alone is a
ask
greater
myself
meme.
that every day.
Who was that? The CK is the most realistic cat in the entire show, and elastic. You know, have the elasticity ability. I think zappers give me a fierce check on a difficulty of 3. Those of you that are zapping, remember, if you're using powers, you can add a 2d6, and if you're just observing, then just be there.
I can add 2d6 to zapping with my lasers?
If you do anything with your lasers, it's always a 2d6.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And it's fierce, yeah? With a difficulty of 3.
Yeah.
4 super success.
And then
We haven't had one of those yet. I mean,
Success and...
this episode.
success and then a super success. So basically, here's what happens.
Wow.
Oh, I thought you were gonna play the moment.
Is that I was gonna do
Nice.
the lift?
I thought
No.
you were gonna do the moment.
no,
of
no,
truth.
no.
Yeah.
Classy Kitty is flying around in this like endless blankness and just loving it. She's had 2 kitty treats, so she is off her nut, and she is like floating around. In the background, there is like destruction. There's like teleporting cats, a Great Dane that's like flying around and trying to throw out like cards and stuff at you. You know, like Gambit, like, you know, it's like there's explosions. There's like a zap, a crackle of electricity across the sky. There's a laser across the background. Another kitten
And she's just like,
teleports over, and in the foreground there's just a cat flying. Because she's just had too many kitty treats and flying would be super fun. As if she's just floating around
Yeah.
in the background. Then, from your perspective, classy kitty, there is all of the darkness and stuff around you just kind of vanishes, and you find yourself once again back in that facility, that kind of evil villainous lair. The Bane the Great falls boom and just blah and lays in that weird way that sometimes dogs do when they actually lay on their back, and they look like what was his name? Sharptooth from The Land Before Time if you're 400 years old like me. Do you remember when he was asleep?
Yes.
And
I love that movie.
his giant tongue falls from his head, blah, and he's knocked out as well. Starts doing that, and then all of you are like, as soon as you kind of like, you've had this epic battle, the three of you, you like all land, and you're back like exactly where you were before, basically, like you were dragged into the mind hole.
I
Around
suppose
you,
the rocket is gone.
yes, you
Drat.
You see the rocket is gone, but you do see like a plume of smoke that trails upwards. And I think if you guys move closer to that cylinder where it was launched from, you can see that it goes all the way up into outer space. See you next week. However, the countdown voice begins again on number 4 preset.
Facility self-destruct in 10, 9, 8, 7.
Grab onto me!
What do you guys want to do?
I grab onto her.
I will also grab a paw.
Oh,
Grab
and
onto me.
I will grab Classy Kitty because she's just like, oh, just gonna grab at her.
Grab my foot. I never really touch the ground. I'm always floating.
Yeah?
And the moment they all grab onto me, I blink us out of here.
In the one moment before she
Oh, no.
grabs onto you,
Cutscene?
Sergeant Meowmas, you see a flux capacitor. It is across the room next to the unconscious dog that was about to be left behind. What? Sergeant Meowmas, you feel the energy crackle around Princess Snuggles as she begins to teleport away. What do you do?
So the teleporting, I can feel that it's starting.
The teleport is starting. The countdown is perpetually, because of the insane amount of plot armor you have, continually going
10, 9, 8, 7,
and then like another scene,
7.
10, 9, 8,
and it's just like, oh my god,
10, 9.
I have a
endlessly.
flaw. I am arrogant. I think that I can do anything even when it's clearly beyond my ability, and I dive for that flux capacitor.
Okay.
Wait, what are you doing?
Suddenly, just before you, she jumps. Do you teleport still?
No,
Oh, all
we're
right.
gonna teleport without her.
Okay.
Wait, wasn't the teleport already
Is there a
starting?
big flashing light that I can maybe
I
try
feel
to?
like the teleport was already starting.
Can you see dichromatic colors?
Ooh.
Then you don't see any flashing lights. I can't remember what the way round is. Do cats see more colors or less colors than dogs?
I can't remember.
I don't remember
How many
either.
cones? It's something to do with the cones.
Okay.
What if I was wearing a cone?
Oh my god, next week I am wearing a cone.
You see the flux capacitor and jump and run for it. Yeah, you can do that.
I grab that and I try to make it
grab
back.
it. It looks exactly like this, the Deus Ex Machina device from Doctor Who, the screwdriver he has. And you grab that. And then Dane the Great says, "No. What's going on?"
I run away. I run back to Princess if she's still there.
10,
Grab
No.
it.
Self-destruct is on, Dane.
Come on.
We have to leave now. Right
Because I heard
now.
no, because she's trying to save the dog.
I'm trying to save the dog, to be honest, but what do you guys do?
We're cats, all right.
Yeah, fair enough.
We
You all
can't
teleport
leave the
away?
dog to blow up.
Cat.
10, 9,
Oh my god, I teleport.
8.
Wait, with all of them, I teleport to the dog and then I teleport us all out.
Because you can do that now.
I cannot leave the dog to get blown up, you guys. I can't.
Yes.
10, 9.
With only 10 seconds left,
And that's what I'm doing.
Left.
you
I
teleport.
teleport to everybody and then I teleport us out.
Give me a difficulty 3 fierce check for the first teleport to the dog. Dane the Great, the famed dog magician.
Success.
Success.
Bring it on.
You appear on Dane the Great. Oh. And he's dumb and
Hold
doesn't.
on, Dane.
Okay, he says, with his voice that changes every time I speak. And you now need to make me a difficulty 5 teleportation. Wait, where's Wax Steven when I need him? Difficulty 5 teleportation fierce check. That's what it's called, not a teleportation check.
Okay.
I am so sorry I've had 3 hours sleep.
Can I use a kitty treat?
You can.
My final kitty treat.
Yes. Would you like it to be an instant success?
Yes, please. I want it to be one of those montages where they're like, a cat and a dog can't be friends. But in this moment, we are now becoming best friends, Dane and I, because
Yeah.
I am saving his life.
Dane looks like he's just confused. But
Can I
you're
push my
definitely,
paw in his nose in that uncomfortable way that cats do?
you're definitely best friends. For sure. Best friends. Then
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
you teleport out from the facility. You appear suddenly, whoom, each of you outside beyond where that tree was. There's a pigeon that flies overhead, begins circling suspiciously. And then suddenly the entire warehouse explodes. Super Chihuahua is seen flying in the distance as well, because I better make sure he's safe. And he's flying away saying, "Oh, you're disgusting! You're disgusting!" And you guys are successful in this. Dane the Great says, "It's been a pleasure." And then he pulls his magician's hat down over his giant body. And then the magician's hat turns over and he's gone.
Well, why didn't he just do that before?
That's what he was going to do when I was desperately trying to figure out a way to save him.
I
He
touched
doesn't.
the dog.
Yeah. You all smell a bit like dog, especially classy Kitty, who smells the most because she has got the red cape on. It smells
Well,
like
I
dog.
mean, it's actually not that bad.
I think it's pretty fashionable.
I would like to vomit.
You may, of course, and it takes a very long time.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
As you are all walking away from the smouldering wreckage of the villainous evil lair, there is a rocket that is flying up, flying away from you.
Well,
Inside,
we tried.
there is a grotesque, tiny, wiry, thin dog that looks out of the window and then looks back out of the front window and sees the moon and says, "I'll get you next time, kiddos." And then he flies to the moon, to his moon base. The rest of you go away. The rest of you go away, and I assume you head towards the giant mechanical shoe.
Yes, of course we do.
There's a giant mechanical shoe?
So,
Yeah, everyone knows about the Tablesville giant mechanical shoe that belongs to Old Man
No.
Cujo on the
Historian,
outskirts
okay, I
of
look to the
town.
past, not to the future.
Okay.
And you have to be careful because he doesn't like anybody in his yard.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
That is true.
Except me.
I never
Yeah, of course.
technically touched the yard.
Throw shoes.
So, I'm gonna look around for that pigeon. Do I still see the pigeon?
Give me a cunning check. Difficulty 5
Okay.
because they are like the KGB pigeons. A
KGB.
success.
Sorry.
You see a
I'm telling a
pigeon.
joke.
You see a pigeon perched on like a telephone wire, and it's looking at you as you're walking along. Then you look at it.
Zap.
You zap it.
hmm
Give me a fierce check.
These are the Bird Wars. Folks.
Difficulty 1.
joke. They'll sue it bomb us if they can. 1. And it's my superpower. So do I do a bonus die?
You get 2.
2. Sorry, that's right. And
That's a super success. What happens?
this pigeon probably widens. You'd only see one of the eyes, right? Because they're on the side of the head. Widens the eye, sees the white coming at it, and then all you see are feathers.
Yeah.
And I arrogantly swish my tail and say, "No, now we go to the shoe." And I start walking in the mechanical shoe.
Correct. Elsewhere, at Pigeon
I'm
HQ.
trying to bat at her tail as she's swishing it so arrogantly.
Elsewhere at Pigeon HQ. The largest pigeon of all. Vladimir Pigeon. Looks at his monitors and says, "I knew it. The cats have initiated the war." And then presses a giant red button.
Oh my god.
Back at the shoe. You guys all head up towards the giant mechanical shoe. When I say giant mechanical shoe, it's the size of a normal house. And there's a door on the side of it. But this thing is weird looking. It's a boot, really, is what we should call it, is a giant mechanical boot. And it's got all this it's like steampunk-esque, not like the super futuristic thing you just came from, but this has got like cogs and spinning parts and little things that attach to other things that move around, and probably for I'd say about 2 to 3 hours you spend a long time, much like Classy Kitty, obsessed with watching the weird little things move around, and then you are able to move towards the actual doorway where there's a little cat flap. This thing is like a giant, constantly moving, functioning thing, but it stays stable like a boot. And there's just constant noises like of the chains and the cogs and the gears and things all moving and crunching. Assuming you each step into Old Man Cugio's boot.
Is this boot a Rube Goldberg machine?
What is that?
Yeah, like a pointless device that keeps doing things.
Like Mousetrap, the game.
Oh, everyone
where would
thinks
do
it
that,
is.
to do
Yeah.
that, to-
Everyone
yeah.
thinks it is for sure. Everyone thinks Old Man Cugio is crazy. In there, you see Old Man Cugio.
Being
He's
crazy.
a 90-year-old version of Cugio, the mod from chat. And
The young one.
but he says, "We gotta get the flux capacitor going, Marty. I mean, Sergeant Meowmers."
And what he hears is, and I'm gonna walk up and drop this flux capacitor at his feet.
His eyes like bulge. He is like,
I rub
it's
his leg.
genuinely there is lucidity for the first time in years in his eyes. Wait a minute. That's actually a flux capacitor. Where'd you get this flux capacitor? Picks it up.
Flux capacitor.
His back creaks a little bit, and then he sees all the other cats. Hey, how'd you get here? Get out of my shoe! Shoe!
Rub up against his leg.
Oh my! Where did you find it, Sergeant Meowmers? Okay, that goes there. And pull this lever, and then I'll put that there. And okay, this one. Okay, and then if I pull this,
And
then
I
he
say to
starts
the
clicking
others,
things.
we better go.
He starts like obsessively clicking buttons, pulling levers. Every now and then he does something weird, like licks his finger and sticks it in something strange, which activates
What's he doing?
activates something else. A screen turns on with a younger version of himself teaching himself a formula. And he says, "Oh yeah, of course I gotta make sure you. And then I pull this." The whole thing starts to starts to really make some noise now, like something's turning on, like an engine underneath the boot in the sole.
Well, this is really weird. Sergeant, what's happening here?
Things are happening.
Don't know. I've been looking for that thing for so long.
Who wants a saucer of milk? Okay, I'll get you some milk. He brings out 4 saucers of milk and puts them down and says, "There's a nice kitty." And then, like, he probably, like, spends a moment with each of you, like, patting you on the head, and he's interested in you for a bit, and then he sees something flashing. "Oh no, that's not good. Hang on." Starts pressing buttons again for a moment.
I love it here. I take a nap.
Are you having a nap?
Yeah, it's on my sheet that I love naps.
Okay.
It was nice to
I
meet
drink the
you.
milk and then continue to be lactose intolerant like all cats are.
Okay.
Wow, flexing that knowledge there, PG.
It's something that annoys me about the saucer of milk.
I know, I said it and was like, someone's going to say something, and I thought it was coming from you or chat, and it was you.
It was me.
It's cat milk, special cat milk made and designed entirely by Old Man Cugio as part of an experiment in chemistry. So you'd just be like, it's just exactly like milk, but very nice on the digestive system
There's no
of
lactose.
kitties. So you are welcome.
Thank you.
For the retcon. Cugio presses a few more buttons. He looks over to each of the cats and says, "Hey, where are you guys from? Maybe you don't want to be here anymore, cause yeah, this is gonna we're gonna what are we gonna okay." And then he presses a button and says, "Well, I've waited my whole life for this. It's been so long. I can't wait. Let's go." Boom, he hits a button. The whole shoe begins to change. From the outside, we see the boot shift. It transforms exactly like a Transformer TM copyright and turns into a giant DeLorean car from Back to the Future.
Are you putting time travel in this cat show?
Oh, I'm doing more than that. Each of you in the DeLorean, the giant DeLorean, are transported to the year 3777 in Old Man Cugio's time travel shoe boot spectacular. And that's where we end today's episode.
What?
I don't know.
I don't even know. What did I say? 2777? Yeah. You went to the future. You went to the year 2777.
I'm just assuming Earth's not around anymore.
Oh. You will find out. One day.
On the next exciting episode of...
On the next exciting episode of Magical Kitties Save the Day. Next week, I said 3777, even better.
It's canon now.
There it is, 37. You were transported to the year of 3777. Find out on the finale of Magical Kitties Save the Day next Saturday, same time. Same VOD if you're in the year 3777, just going forward in the VOD.
I'm just digging this up in the archives.
Yeah, this is the thing. If we're going to put anything into the capsule, you know, those capsules.
The time capsule, it was this show.
It was this show.
Capsule.
The
Sorry.
capsule.
I can't turn it off.
Wow.
That was real bad, I know.
We'll do a couple of little shout outs here so that if people want to come and find you guys on your personal channels or in your personal houses, make sure that you put your addresses in the chat. Then they can do. Let's start with famed streamer and internet expert Tuesday Gray.
I am an internet expert who has broken internet, but you can follow me anyway if you would like to at /Tuesday Gray on Twitch and Twitter, but please be sure you are following here, and thanks for coming out.
There you go. Our second guest the classy kitty herself, Classy Katie. Where can people find you during the week?
Twitch.tv/ClassyKatie. Stop on by. Family friendly stuff.
Oh, it's really not.
Bring your kids.
There could be someone. So I was like, I really enjoyed that family-friendly episode of Magical Kitties, and then they like,
You go to your
hey, hey, Dad, what's that dark place over there? That's Classy Katie, son. You must never go there. If you are not 6 years old, if you're 6 years and older, then please do check out Classy Katie. There are links in the chat. And what about you, Peachy Pixel 8?
Yo, my name is Peachy Pixel 8. Come watch me stream all the weekdays. I like Warframe.
Okay then, Peachy Pixel 8, everyone. If you want to understand what sort of neurological thing just happened to him, tune in about 3 days when he gets back from the hospital after whatever the hell happened there. Yep, no, okay, still that's it. All right, then okay, all right, Pumpkinberry. You do the thing.
Yeah, it's my turn. I'm Pumpkinberry, but you can find me at Twitch and Twitter at Pumpkinberry, but you can also find me here. I'm here Fridays, Mondays, Wednesdays. Yes, those days. Then next Saturday for more magical
character entirely.
Yeah. But please, if you guys have a moment, please consider heading to Atlas Games' Kickstarter for this. This is a lot of fun, really easy to pick up. You guys can do it on a weekend with some friends, sit down, have a couple drinks, get ridiculous, and put on cat ears. Cat ears required.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
100%.
great. Yeah, we love them. They've been super great to us. They gave us total freedom to do whatever we wanted with the show, which is why Brad is throwing in like Cugio, our mod. His dog is the villain. His wife was kidnapped in the first episode. So yeah, it's great. It's been a lot of fun. Go check it out.
From a GM perspective, by the way, it's so easy to make encounters, especially like the way that you create like what it would be is like a monster or a creature in most other things, but in this, just whatever you want it to be. You just basically set a defense for each cute, cunning, and fierce, and then an owie limit, and then things that they can do. So the original plan for Dane the Great was that whenever you attack him, you have to work out which one he is, or you just attack one of each other. But you just started doing that without me needing to do the thing. Last week, that cat Minalouche that you didn't have to fight, he had a cute defense of 5, cunning defense of 5, and a fierce defense of 4. He was pretty hardcore. He was supposed to be like, like the witch is there, but really it was the other cat that was coming to get you. Because I was like, witches have a cat. He could vanish and disappear before your eyes, but also his eyes would change color. And if you rolled a certain dice, you would get red, blue, green, or yellow, and he would do different things on those things.
He's on our side now.
He's sort of on your side. He lives. Yeah, he's still evil. He's very evil. But he lives with Keanu Reeves and Harley. Was it? That from last week. And yeah, but I mean, Keanu Reeves in this canon is genuinely an undying creature that has been alive for centuries. So that's what I wrote on the thing. I think I've forgotten. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please do check out the Kickstarter. Go and follow all these wonderful people, and we'll see you next week for the stunning conclusion of Magical Kitties Save the Day by Atlas Games. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Ta-ta.